My name is Sung-Hwan Choi. I'm a qualified lawyer originally in New York and recently in England and Wales, and I've passed the QLTS on my first attempt. I graduated from law school years ago, and for the last 15 years, I worked as a foreign attorney at a leading Korean law firm in the banking and finance department. Since then, and most recently, January of this year, I joined an international boutique shipping English law firm. I'm a partner, and I head the ship financing practice from the Singapore office, covering the Asian ship financing market with particular focus in Korea. I wanted to take the QLTS first because my area of practice, ship financing, it's a very niche and specialized area which is predominantly and almost governed by English law. Second, I was at a stage in my legal career where I had to decide whether I really wanted to invest in this area of practice. And clearly the answer was yes. And therefore, it was a no-brainer that I needed to be qualified in England and Wales. And more so, it was more for the credibility for my clients to give them the full spectrum of legal services that was lacking with my original qualification. I decided to take the preparation course and with the QLTS school because at the outset I knew that the QLTS was going to be a difficult and arduous process. Also, I worked full-time, had a family with 2 young children, so I needed a preparation course where I could be efficient and work economically and wisely. And also, I had friends who took the QLTS school, and from what I sounded out from them, it helped me to opt for the QLTS school. Suffice to say, it met all my expectations. The tutor was very helpful. The feedback was vital. For the MCT and the OSCE, the practice questions and the practice papers were very helpful. The aspects of the QLTS school preparation that was most beneficial was, first, for the MCT, as you know, it covers a lot of subjects. And the breakdown of the MCT subjects into very concise and succinct black letter substantive law was very helpful. Also, the database questions for the MCT was indispensable, and it was, if anything, I believe that helped me pass the MCT. For the OSCE is a different creature from the MCT in the nature of the exam. As you know, most of it is oral and written assessments and legal research, so that's where the interaction with the tutor is very vital, and the tutor was very helpful in providing the feedbacks and providing the structure that I used for the OSCE. The time frame for my studying was, generally speaking, on the weekdays in the mornings, I would spend about 1 to 2 hours. And then in the evenings, I would spend about 2 to 3 hours on the weekdays. On the weekends, I do recall waking up early morning and spending about 3 to 4 hours in the morning and maybe about the same time, maybe 4 to 5 hours in the evening. What I can say is that the last 2 or 3 weeks leading up to both the MCT and the OSCE, I just devoted most of the time just practicing past exams, past questions and papers I could get hold of. My firm was very supportive. My supervising partner was also very supportive and cooperative and showed a lot of support. Also, my colleagues, leading up the last 2 weeks leading up to each of the exams, they covered for me in the office, so that was very invaluable. I felt that I was very prepared. For the MCT, I practiced a lot of the questions on the database, and that was very helpful. Some of the questions were very similar to the actual MCT. For the OSCE, the interaction with the tutor was very key, and her feedback and the way she allowed me to structure the various formats of the exams for the OSCE proved to be very helpful because I felt very comfortable during the actual OSCE. My role and responsibilities are that I am a partner and I head my new firm's Singapore office ship financing practice. I advise multinational clients on all aspects of ship financing and offshore matters. The QLTS has helped me and my legal career in my market, which is ship finance, in that since I passed the QLTS and qualified in England and Wales, it has opened doors that was not possible with my original qualification. I've been allowed to provide my clients now with a full spectrum of legal service and credibility, and also marketing, which was not there from the outset with my original qualification. Definitely, yes. A preparation course is needed for the MCT and the OSCE because the QLTS is a difficult exam. It's an arduous process. And I believe most of the candidates are probably working full-time. Some of them have families. So economically and efficiently, the QLTS will provide you with the support and the type of service that allows you to study efficiently for the exam. First thing that I have to say is that the QLTS is very doable. For the MCT, I would allot about 3 months or so. The first half, study the black letter law from the various succinct course books that QLTS offers. But for the latter half, I would recommend that one, practice as many MCT questions that are in the wealth of the data bank that QLTS offers. For the OSCE, the time frame should be about the same. I would say 3 months or so. But definitely take the OSCE right after you take the MCT whilst the substantive law is still fresh in your mind. And again, since the OSCE is a different creature, it's very important that you interact with your tutor quite often and get the feedback from the tutor and structure your studying for the OSCE based on the tutor's feedback. And definitely know how to do both Westlaw and LexisNexis. Bottom line is practice as many past questions and past papers you can get your hands on. I would recommend the QLTS firstly to any lawyer whose area of practice is predominantly or close to governed by English law. Secondly, to any lawyer who deals with any type of cross-border transaction or contentious matters, litigation or arbitration. Thirdly, to any lawyer who wants to put their practice in an international setting, and an English qualification will help a lot for the marketability. The skills and qualities of today's modern lawyer with the obvious high legal acumen is for the modern lawyer to really provide the legal service and think outside the box. Today's legal market is different from when I graduated from law school many years ago. It's ultra competitive, highly saturated. You need to provide your clients with prompt, efficient, and cost-effective services. Paramount, you really need to know your client from both the legal and business perspective.